morning, El Paso.
I'm winning it. It's over. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. These two guys cannot win. There's no path.
A big night for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. I'm ABC's Kenneth Moten in Washington. Coming up, the election night results, plus what's next in this race for the White House.
A suspect in the Paris attacks is back in France this morning. And we continue our complete coverage of storm track weather across the Central Plains. What's in store for today?
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso.
Rise and shine. Good morning to you, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Good morning. Hope your day's off to a great start. Let's check in first with meteorologist Crystal Cly.
And we are no longer under a first alert. Some good news.
That is right. Some good news finally. After 2 days of having to be the bearer of bad news, I have a little bit better news. No, I can't say that winds died down entirely. It'll still be windy today, just not nearly as windy as the last 2 days. Right now, with temperatures on your ABC 7 Storm Track WeatherNet sites, we are sitting at 57 Clint Junior High School. San Pius School at 55 degrees. Dr. Anito Middle School, the upper 40s, and same for Rosa Guerrero Elementary. So across the map, temperatures ranging from upper 40s to about the upper 50s in El Paso County. Winds right now are light to breezy, and later today we'll be in that low-end windy range. Gusts about 30 miles per hour by this afternoon. Clouds and radar map shows us also not going to track any rain today. Still too dry for that. So it's all about the winds, and there is potentially a big pickup on the 7-day forecast. We'll look at that in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Crystal. It was a big night for the front runners in the race for president. Republican Donald Trump and Democrat Hillary Clinton taking major delegate leads over their rivals, getting them even closer to clinching their party's nominations. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest. It's your voice, your vote.
A Northeast clean sweep for Donald Trump.
I consider myself the presumptive nominee.
4 out of 5 states for Hillary Clinton.
With your help, we're going to come back to Philadelphia for the Democratic National Convention.
The biggest delegate prize of the night, Pennsylvania.
Love trumps hate.
The Democratic and Republican frontrunners eager to take each other on in the general election.
And frankly, if Hillary Clinton were a man, I don't think she'd get 5% of the vote. The only thing she's got going is the woman's card.
Trump's rivals shut out. That awkward alliance between John Kasich and Ted Cruz to stay out of each other's way in Indiana, Oregon, and New Mexico will now be put to the test.
I got good news for you. Tonight, this campaign moves back to more favorable terrain.
Democrat Bernie Sanders is also looking for better luck out west. He took Rhode Island Tuesday night, keeping Clinton from a clean sweep. But mathematically, it appears it will be impossible for him to keep her from the Democratic nomination.
The fight that we are waging is not an easy fight. But I know you are prepared to wage that fight.
Now it's on to Indiana for the candidates. Sanders, Cruz, and Trump are all holding events there today. Trump has now won half of the country's contest with 26 states. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
All right, so here's a look at the delegate count for the nomination. Right now, Hillary has 2,141 of the votes. Sanders has 1,321. That includes superdelegates, too. Clinton just 242 delegate votes away from getting the 2,383 needed. There are still over 1,100 delegate votes up for grabs. Meanwhile, on the Republican side, Trump has 950 of the votes to Cruz's 560. Trump just 287 votes away from the 1,237 delegate votes he needs for the nomination. There are still 565 delegate votes up for grabs.
Former House Speaker Dennis Hastert will be sentenced today for violating federal banking laws. Last year, he pleaded guilty to structuring money transactions to evade reporting where the money was going. Prosecutors say he was covering up hush money he was paying to one of his sex abuse victims. Federal prosecutors claim Hastert abused at least 4 boys while he was a high school wrestling coach in Illinois. Hastert will not be charged with sex abuse because the statute of limitations has expired. But one of his alleged victims is suing him for reportedly not receiving all the money that Hastert promised him. Belgian prosecutors said this morning that a key Paris attack suspect, Salah Abdeslam, was handed over to French authorities. Abdeslam's lawyer described him as falling apart and ready to cooperate. Abdeslam's brother blew himself up in the Paris attacks, and he's being charged with attempted murder over a March 15th shootout with police in Brussels. Abdeslam was arrested 3 days later. Belgian police have been questioning him about potential links to the 3 suicide bombers who attacked the Brussels airport and subway on March 22nd, killing 32.
Also new this morning, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office is searching for a wanted sex offender. Shannon Benson left the halfway house in Horizon on Monday and did not return. Benson was arrested for criminal sexual conduct out of the state of Michigan. The victim, an 18-year-old girl at the time. He is now in the violation of his parole, and if you have any information, you are asked to call the Sheriff's Office at 538-2008. A Las Cruces man is in jail this morning after authorities say he exposed himself to children. Monday, a teacher and 2 of her students were on the playground at MacArthur Elementary School. Police say the children saw 34-year-old Abraham Morales urinating. Morales lives next to the playground with only a chain-link fence between them. He claims he was relieving himself outside because he couldn't open his door. He's charged with 2 counts of aggravated indecent exposure.
New this morning, the latest scores from the nation's report card shows 12th graders have slipped in math. Only 1/4 of high school seniors performed at a proficient or advanced level in math. This means that 1/3 of the nation's high school seniors are prepared for academic challenges of entry-level college math. Reading scores have not changed. 37% were proficient or better. The National Assessment of Educational Progress is given to seniors at both public and private high schools. Happening today, Fort Bliss is hosting a military job fair at the Centennial Conference Center. The event is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Everyone is welcome, including servicemen and women and their spouses, dependents, and civilians. There are national and regional job opportunities available from customer service to law enforcement.
All right, it is 6:07. That means we toss it over to meteorologist Crystal Cly.
Yes, and we are talking about our forecast. And Crystal, we're just glad the winds have subsided.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This morning, light to breezy winds. These are the numbers we're reporting right now. 13 miles per hour at Ruidoso and 17 at the pass. Just 5 miles per hour at the El Paso International Airport. 7 for Las Cruces, and actually some calm conditions reporting in Silver City. It's nice to say calm for winds instead of gusts at 30, 40, and 50 miles per hour. Now, later today, your day planner shows us we will still see breezy, then windy weather. 58 your temperature at 8 a.m. by noon 71. The high for us today 80 degrees, and we are still looking at gusts up to 30 miles per hour. That puts us in the low and windy range, but not expecting blowing dust. The potential is there though as we move forward. Coming up in just under 10 minutes, we'll talk more about your forecast and look at the details through your Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, thanks, Crystal. And now let's take a look at our TxDOT traffic cameras looking over on the far east side at Joe Battle, where you can see traffic is pretty calm right now at 6:08. No problems to tell you about, but we do have a traffic alert that we want to tell you about. Franklin Avenue is now closed, and this is going to happen over in downtown El Paso at Oregon Street from El Paso to Oregon. Oregon's been reduced to 1 lane in each direction at Franklin as well, so if this is part of your commute, you should consider using Missouri Avenue as an alternate route. This closure is for the streetcar project. It's expected to last about 4 weeks, so get used to this. We also want to let you know that from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. today, the right lane on I-10 East will be closed between KVIA and Paisano. The eastbound Reynolds exit will be closed as well, and this is so crews can repair the guardrails in that area. Hillary?
Making progress. Thanks, Steph. We still have much more to come right here on Good Morning El Paso. ABC 7 viewers came to us concerned after they couldn't get firefighters to help this cat. We went looking for help, and we have an update. Plus, 2 baby bald eagles in Washington, D.C. have finally been named. We'll tell you what those names are. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.